Good morning, it's Tuesday. It's Kate Bolt, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the UK, here for another weekly Facebook Live for coffee and cards. I hope I'm finding you well, and I hope you've got your coffee ready or your tea for coffee and cards. I'm just going to grab my cup, and I'm going to move back a little bit. I look very near. Hold on, that's better. Oh, that's much better. I was kind of right in your face. Oh, I hope everyone is well. I'm just going to wait a few moments to see if anyone hops on and joins me live. I will start off by apologising for all the banging and the crashing and the noise. We are having our bathroom replaced and there's not a lot I can do about all that, I'm afraid. But if you just bear with me, that would be absolutely amazing. I'll just wait and see if anyone hops on. I hope I'm live in the right place and that you've got your coffee. I have my coffee this morning. I have a very dirty cup actually. What happens if I show it from this side? I have my Mickey Mouse K cup. It feels right on a Tuesday morning. A lot of caffeine is required today. A bit tired and we're only on Tuesday. I hope you're all well. Anyway, if you can't catch me live this week, I hope you'll catch me on the replay. You will find the replay here on Facebook and over on my YouTube channel as well. So I hope some of you can join me for a little chat this morning. We're going to have a bit of fun. I've been making some customer thank you cards for my January customers for this month using this beautiful new stamp set called the Honeybee Home. They make a gorgeous thank you card. So I will recreate that with you this morning. I'm going to make a couple of different versions and I hope you like it and you might be inspired to have a go. I'm just going to check on my Mac that I'm live in the right place. Just hold with me, bear with me one moment. I'm going to stand up and move. Let me see. I'll probably get a horrible view of what's going on. Let's have a look and check I am live in the right spot. Let's have a look. Might need to refresh this page. Here we go. I am live in the right place, hooray! It also means I can see what I'm doing on my Mac whilst I'm crafting, which makes it better to keep it all in shot for you. It also means it's a bit noisy, sorry about that. So if you're joining me, let me know. Morning, Linda! I thought I was going to be crafting all by myself for a while. I'm so pleased you're here. Thank you for joining me. It's a really miserable, wet, grey, murky January morning here. It's raining, pouring. It has been all morning. What's it like with you? Let me know what the weather's like. Excuse me. Morning, morning. Excuse me while I drink my coffee in my little cup. I'm going to pop it down. We're going to be making some thank you cards and my customer thank you cards for January using this one, the Honeybee Home stamp set. Overcast and dull. Yeah, it's miserable here. It's absolutely been pouring since I woke up all the way through the school run and it's still raining. Would you like to see a new friend I have in my craft room? Alfie has gone out. He went out just now, just looking to see if he came back in. But I'll show you who's arrived. Hello, you. Oh, good morning. Are you going to help us craft this morning? Coffee and cards. Are you going to help us make some cards? Who's this? It's a little friend. It's a little friend. This is our brand new kitten, Winnie, who likes to be in the craft room with me as well. And yeah, her and the dog are getting on like a house on fire. Can you believe her? Look, she's so tiny. She is 11.5 weeks old. Morning, Hazel. So she's making her debut this morning on the internet. There we are. Silly pussycat, look. She's into everything. So let me pop Winnie down. There you go, my sweetie. Go play. That's it. She is full of fun. She so is. So that's Winnie. Welcome to Winnie. She's super cute. She is super cute and she's settled in like she's always been here. She honestly has. She's so happy And her and the dog seem to be really happy, so what a bonus. Okay, I am going to, she is beautiful. Thank you, Linda. She's cute. Morning, Hazel. I am going to turn the camera around so we can, I'll stop chatting and we can get on with some crafting. So just hang on to your hats. Say hello to me if you have joined me. I'd love to know if you're with me. I'm going to turn the camera around. So hold on to your hats while I do that because it's a little bit clunky. Let me take you out of the tripod and turn you around. You can see my little setup. I'm going to put that down. Don't worry, I'm still here. It's just gone dark for 1 second. Nothing has occurred. Do not worry. I'll pick this back up so you can see that there is a view. It's a coming. Okay, let's get this in shot. Yeah, there must be a much more seamless way of doing this, I would think. Let's have a look. Maybe have 2 devices going or something like that. Okay, let's get my grid paper in shot. How is that? I think that's okay. Glued, stick down my grid paper with a bit of sticky tape, I think. Stop it shifting around. Okay, we are good to go, I think. Trying to see how much you can see in this shot. Let's bring that down a bit. Have it a bit straighter. Lovely, there we are. Good morning, Wendy. How are you? I hope you're all right, my love. How nice of you to join me. Now, customer thank you cards this month. Okay, let's get on with it. Now, I've made it already, so I thought I'd make another version. And I'm using the Honeybee Home bundle, this beautiful stamp set with the bee images and these lovely sentiments with that nice font. There's 3 bees in it. It comes with a die set, which cuts it all out, which is gorgeous. I'm not using the die set today, just the stamp set. And I am using the beautiful Heart and Home, which is also part of this suite, papers. And you can see I've been cutting into mine, but you can get a general idea. So there are all these gorgeous images. Some of them have a lot of bees in them, but they're florals and bees. And then the other side is all whitewash wood, which is really useful. I love this one. Yeah, so 12 by 12, double-sided, a pack of 12 of those. So we're using those. Okay. So all part of the same suite. So the other thing I'm using this morning for the card, which is also in this Heart and Home suite, is the Hive 3D embossing folders. It goes the whole honeybee theme, and it's like a hive hexagons, which is fab. We're using that. Love that. I've been using that quite a lot, actually. Put that one back. Yeah. So let's crack on. Morning, Hilary. Morning, Dee. Morning. Who was that? Was that Samantha? It's going very fast. I'm missing, but good morning to you. So I will show you what I'm making. I picked out some of the colours in the papers. So I went for... Morning, Linda. I went for a card base in pale papaya because I picked out this paper with the pale papaya flower and I thought that would offset that one. So I've got my A4 card scored in half and cut in half for my base. And then I took a piece, because I wanted a contrast, a layer of basic white cardstock, and I popped it through that beautiful Hive 3D embossing folder that I just showed you, and I ran it through the cut and emboss machine, and it's really deeply embossed it. Isn't it nice? It's lovely. You could have it either side, couldn't you? That would look amazing. You could also have it as a dinosaur skin or dragons, or I don't know. It's great, isn't it? So I'm going to use it this way round. So that's that. And then I've cut my DSP, and I wanted just a couple of panels of the same. So I've got them both the same size, and I just cut them slightly smaller than my layer. So my layer is 10 by 14.3, and so I took it down by 2 centimetres. So I've got 8 by 12.3. And the idea of having them like that the same is that I can pop them on here like that, and I can show both sides. If I offset it, I can show both sides of that one design of DSP. Very simple little layout showing both sides of that, and that's going to go on there like that. Okay, I've got to remember my card, how I made it, because I made one sample and I gave it away to my lovely friend Liz, who I met for coffee yesterday. Well, we had a sneaky lunch out actually. My lovely friend Liz Yule, we had lunch yesterday, and yeah, I gave her this card, but a different version of it, which was my original. Okay, so this is how the front of my card's starting to look. Okay, so I'm basically trying to remember from my head how I made it. This is a coloured card base this time, so I've cut a piece of basic white to go inside, which is slightly smaller, 10 by 14.3. That's for my stamping and writing. Sneaky watch in the... Samantha says, morning, sneaky watch. I can't see what it says. Let me see, can I see it on my watch from the mental health training on Teams? Very heavy, so you're a welcome release. Yeah, definitely watch me on mute and catch replay later with sound. That's a good idea, Sam. You can definitely do that. You don't need to hear all the chat, do you? You can see what I'm making. Morning, Margaret. Morning, everybody. Okay, so where was I? We've got the two pieces. We've got the Honeybee hive embossed piece. And then when I cut my piece of DSP, I had a bit at the bottom that was scrap. Oh, it actually came off that bit there. And I'm going to use this side for stamping on. Because this like whitewash white wood here is light coloured, I can stamp on it. Morning, Shaz. Lovely of you to join us. Brilliant. So I have got the stamp set, and I'm going to take out a stamp from that. And I think I used Stay Wonderful. It's a nice one for a thank you card. Stay Wonderful. So I need a block. Did I get one? Yes. Stay Wonderful. And then basic grey ink I went for, and I will see how it works. So I got my big basic grey ink pad out, and then I just remembered, oh, I've got one of those little spots. These are super useful. These little tiny ink pads are what they are really. And they often come in our kits, and I've got quite a few of these I've collected along the time. Yeah. So depending on your kit, you'll often get one in there in our kit collection. So I've got Mossy Meadow Soft Suede, I've got Night of Navy, Just Jade, Poppy Parade. So I've got quite a few in my little collection. So I pulled out that one. I've had it a long time, so I'm not sure how inky it is. I'll check that, because I've had this one donkey's years. I can re-ink it from my re-inker. But it made me remember that I can get some more, because in our brand new little catalogue here, which I've marked, here on this page, where this pretty ladybug stamp set is, it shows you that we're currently offering a set of these little mini ink pads, which I'm going to get. They're called Stampin' Spots. And they're showing you the yellow ones there. They're showing you Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green and Real Red. But you actually get a pack of 8 different colours. It's a classic Stampin' Spot assortment set of 8. And I'm going to grab myself the whole set, because I think that's going to be really useful. Especially if you use the Stamparatus. Perfect for that. Or just stamping on the go. Or if you want to expand your collection and you don't want to get all the big ink pads. I'm thinking this one might be a bit dry. Yeah, this one's dry. Dry as dust, I think. I haven't used it in forever. I was just thinking about them. So I'll re-ink it with my re-inker. That's the great thing about all your ink pads, is you can re-ink them. So let me grab my big one, because I'm not going to stop and re-ink that right now. But re-inking your ink pads means your ink pads will last you pretty much forever. Good morning, Jen. How are you? Hope you're all right. Yeah, so I love those little mini stamping spots. They are perfect for all sorts of things. So I'm going to put Stay Wonderful. And I think it really shows up that nice basic grey on the wood panelling there. I'm going to trim it to fit my card. So I've got these elements. Okay, Now, also, on my original card, I put some ribbon, but I didn't use this colour combination. I think I used basic grey. So with the pale papaya, I pulled out some of our pale papaya ribbon. This is the very thick one. It's a 1/2 inch pale papaya woven ribbon, and I believe it's in the annual catalogue, and I'm going to use that. Really pretty. So I think basically I just need to assemble my card. Oh, I'm glad you're well. So I'm going to grab my stamp and seal and go with that. It might not be enough because I've embossed this. It's very often wise to use liquid glue with an embossed layer to get in all the nooks and crannies and make it stick well, but I'm going to go with it for now. So it shows it kind of curls up a little bit, so liquid glue might well be better. My little kitten's found a little gift bag over there to play with. And she is having the time of her life. So easily pleased. And Alfie, bless him, I'm not sure on the size of this card base, it looks a little long. Alfie, bless him, has gone out into the kitchen. I suppose he's been in here all morning. He's probably wanting a bit of a rest. No, that's the right size. Yep. What about this one? Yeah, that's the right size as well. Okay, it's just my imagination. So he's probably gone off for a bit of a rest. Bless him. He'll be back in a minute if he knows we're live. There we are. Pop that one on there. So we've got our Honeybee hive emboss layer. Alfie loves the kitten. The very first day we brought the kitten home, he was a little bit unsure for maybe a couple of hours, did a little bit of pacing about and looking. And since then, he loves her. She's even pounced on his tail yesterday and things like that. And he's like, oh, go away. You know, I'm too old to be playing with you. But he loves her. In the morning, this morning, he went up to her and said, good morning. And yeah, they're happy as Larry. I thought he would get on okay with a cat because we had a cat for years. We had a cat before we had Alfie. But unfortunately, she died of old age during the COVID and in 2020. So we had a little bit of a gap when we didn't have a cat. But I was hoping he would get on okay. And he's been absolutely fine, thank goodness. You're not late, Joe. Lovely of you to join us. You're a very good girl going to Slimming World, especially on this flipping horrible weather morning. Joe lives in the same town as I do, and it has not stopped raining since I went out this morning. So I'm offsetting my layer, so it's deliberately at an angle, and then I'm going to bring that one also a little bit at an angle, but not too much. And that way I can see both sides of this gorgeous paper. Like that. I'm glad you could join us. There we go. So we've got those two layers on there. So just having a piece of paper, one, you cut it into two pieces and both the same size. You can show two sides of the same paper. Okay, I am going to have my ribbon in. I'm going to work out how much ribbon I need. Oh, I've got glue already all over me, look. How does that happen? I didn't even get the wet glue out. Take the frayed end off. I haven't used this ribbon in ages. So pretty here. Let's do that up. Pop it out the way. So this is going to go across here. It still might be too long, look, but it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to put this on here, but I'm going to trim it down. Where's my trimmer? I'm just going, so this was the end piece I had when I cut the paper. So when you trim it to fit, you'll have an end piece too. And then I am just taking it off, making it a little bit skinnier without cutting into the words. Stay wonderful. Yeah, because it's the same size as your panel, because it's the piece that got chopped off the bottom. Okay, so that's that, and I will make my ribbon a little shorter because it's quite long. It's going to fold when you put it in the envelope. That's a bit better, isn't it? That's going to go on here with the pale papaya thingy ribbon. Let's get rid of the rubbish. Right, okay, so I did, on my original card, I did stamp one of the really pretty bees onto the DSP. Because the DSP is quite light. So on this one, I think I'm going to do the same. So where's our big bee? Which one is it? This one? This big bumblebee. Here we go. And I stamped it straight on here. So I can take those bits off. In the basic grey, so quite a nice dark colour so that it shows up. I think I might have over inked it. But never mind. Oh, so tell me guys, have you been crafting? What have you been making? In this horrible weather, just stay inside and get your stamps, ink and paper out. So it looks like it's meant to be part of the design, but I've stamped it on the paper. Somebody just tried to come in my craft room. I don't know who it was. It must have been my husband, because there's no one else about. There's plenty of people around. If you can hear all the banging, they're replacing our bathroom. But I don't think the workman was going to come in here. You never know. So pop the ribbon on the back with the seal. This one does fray a little bit, so I'm just going to trim it. There we are. And pop it on, and I'm going to pop it up with some nice little sticky foam dimensional pads. Pop it up like that. Just about 3. He's a good-natured dog, cat. Your dog is just scared of the cat. Of course, the cat plays on her fear. Well, actually, Wendy, I'm not sure this might happen with ours because our cat is completely fearless, the new kitten. And she was batting him around the head yesterday and he's just looking at her. And I wondered how far she was going to take it. So we'll see. Fingers crossed she doesn't go too far. Oh, you've been crafting this morning, Jen. Making notices for the staff appreciation board, shout out board. What a fantastic idea. I love that idea. A staff shout out appreciation board, and you've been crafting for that. That is a really nice thing to do. I love that idea, especially with your stamping up stuff. That's a brilliant idea. Creative, that is. So there we go. So we've got that on there. And I've got some of the classic matte dots. They're part of this suite as well. And they look like they're in white, like the vanilla colour. They're in the basic grey and black. And I'm going to put a couple of those on. Because they're nice and I like them. So I think we're going to go. I don't know, I might pop some black ones on. I haven't used those yet. I know I've got a grey here. But this is a really dark grey. So I might try them and see what they look like. I think they'll work. And it just makes it pop a little bit. Oh, that's nice. I like that. We'll definitely go in with that. Just trying to put things down. Now, on my original... Oh, I managed to pick up one of those dots on my thingy. On my original card, I put some of those beautiful, we got some beautiful gold metal bee embellishments in the annual catalogue. And I put one tucked in here on my original card. But I don't have any left. I used my actual last ones. So I've got some of these. I'm not sure if I should use them on there or not. I think I'll leave it and might put them on the next card. Right, let's do a little bit of stamping. So they were the brushed brass butterflies, and they're self-adhesive and they're lovely, but I might use them on the next one. Inside the card, I need to stamp. So I think I will put "You're the Nicest." So when I send out my customer thank you cards, I like to send them out blank. So with no writing inside, and just a little, maybe a post-it note just to say thank you, so that the person who receives it can use the card and send it on. That's what I like to do. Pass it on. So you're the nicest. Have you been doing any crafting, Wendy? Tell me what you've been up to. You're the nicest. I like the font on this stamp set. Oh, there we are. So we got a nice little bee on there. Hi, Carol. Lovely of you to join us. Hello, Nikki. Thank you for joining me. The reason I was giggling was because my door went, and the person who was coming through the door was my husband with another cup of coffee for me. Isn't he the sweetest husband? I think I'll keep him. What do you think? Do you think we'll keep him? He's very useful in the craft room because he brings me cups of coffee during coffee and cards. He's also working from home, and he's obviously in between meetings, desperate for a cuppa. What a star. So pop that inside. You're the nicest. And that will go out to one of my customers to say thank you with a thank you gift. And I will pop it with an envelope, and it'll go blank so they can send it on. So that's one, and I'm going to show you another version of the same card. So I'm going to be making quite a few of these. And yeah, so I just wanted to change it up a little bit and show how different it might look with a different sheet of the same designer series paper. So the same DSP, the Heart and Home that I showed you at the beginning. And the colours in the DSP pack include this Misty Moonlight colour. In fact, I'll tell you what the colours are. They are, you can see them. We have got Basic Grey, Cinnamon Cider, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Misty Moonlight, Pale Papaya and White. Just shutting the door because the dog let himself in. It's starting to become like Piccadilly Circus. You've been clearing your Christmas crafting away and making room for new products, Wendy. Starting crafting this morning and it inspired by my cards. Oh, that's so kind of you. I'm so glad, Wendy. That's really good. Brilliant. That's brilliant. I have a confession to make. I still have my Christmas DSP in my rack and everything behind me. I have moved all my stamp sets out though. So I am making roads into it. So I've gone with a Misty Moonlight card base that goes with this colour designer series paper. And the same again, I've got two pieces of DSP exactly the same size, 8 by 12.3. I have, instead of, oh no, did the last one in white, so I've done this in one in white too. So this is 14.3 along by 10, and I popped that through the Hive 3D embossing folder as well, all part of the same Heart and Home suite. And that's going to go straight on there, so I think I'll glue that on straight away. Yeah, so the dog just let himself in and he's gone and settled down behind me. I don't know where the cat went. Oh no, she's asleep on a bag. Honestly, it's like a little zoo in my craft room. If you could see it, I just need like a couple more and it'd be a menagerie. I think we're going to stop at what we've got though. Don't worry. Okay, so I like the contrast of the blue and white. It's really nice. And then we are going to use this in the same way, but I'm going to do that one first and then that one. And I've still got my offcut piece again that was cut off the bottom. So I'm going to use that for my stamping as well. So let's stick this one down. So if you get a really nice layout for a card and you want to make a few of them, you can batch make your cards. You don't have to do every single card differently. If you really like it and you think you've got a lovely card, make a few of them. Why not? Just use different sizes of the designer series paper and you changes it up. You get a completely different look. And if you are a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you want to send them out as thank you cards, it also gives your customers, you know, they can see different bits of the designer series paper, because sometimes you just want to see it. It's not the same as seeing it in a catalogue. It's seeing it in person is just so much better, I think. There we go. So we've got our blue piece on. And then this piece is going to go on as well. Now I have got some of the denim. This comes in the suite. It is called denim something. Not denim. Denim 1 centimetre ribbon. 3/8 of an inch it is. So you've all been busy. Is Hilary still with us? Have you done any crafting lately, my lovely? I would love to know. I'm just going to cut a piece of ribbon about the right length. Ready to go on. And then grab this one and stamp it. Now I've picked out the Misty Moonlight to go on there. I'm going to do the same sentiment. So let me just give that a quick clean. I've got my stamping scrub next to me, so that's very handy. Right, Stay Wonderful, which is really nice. And again, you've got a really nice contrasting colour that will show out on that paper. Right. I am absolutely loving Celebration. If you don't know what Celebration is, we run it a couple of times. Stampin' Up runs it a couple of times a year. Oh no, I've had an accident with my ribbon. It's gone in my coffee. Let's just move that out of the way. So Celebration, let's just, forget that happened. Celebration runs a couple of times a year at the moment, and it's where Stampin' Up do this amazing promotion where if you spend £45 or multiples thereof, you get freebies. You get there's a whole brochure of free things you can get, like stamp sets and papers and all sorts. So yeah, I am loving Celebration. I have got a few things that I haven't even inked up, and that is my job this week, is to get experimenting. So I've been playing with the rainbow papers. I think they're my favourite at the moment. They're gorgeous. But I've got the Otter stamp set and the one with all the little cars on, so I'm going to be playing with that. So Hilary's been crafting most days, and you have made, let's have a look, a couple of birthday cards and a girl. Oh, you've been doing so well. Hilary, you're on fire. That's brilliant. Stay Wonderful. So let's put some sticky on the back of here. Do share them in the group. I'd love to see what you've all been making. It's the fun part of it, isn't it? Seeing what everyone's made. Stay Wonderful. So does anyone else do anything else? Any other kind of crafting? Oh, it's so much better than housework. I've got a bit of an excuse with the housework at the moment, Hilary, because we're having so much work done upstairs. The bathroom's coming out and being replaced. Yeah, I can't really get anywhere to do much, so there will be a lot when they finish, I'm sure. So let's grab my sticky foam pads. I've got a few here. Does anybody else do any other crafting apart from paper crafting? I've been doing some scrapbooking, which is paper crafting. I'm doing some of that. I'm getting back into that. I love scrapbooking. But I've also started doing some knitting. Now, I love crocheting. I've got a crochet blanket on the go. But a few years ago, I tried sock knitting because I like wool socks. I could not get on with it. I'm not a knitter. I find it a bit boring and dull. But my problem with the sock knitting was that I knit so tightly, it just hurt. I had these bamboo needles, circular needles, and they just hurt. The whole thing hurt. I was like, I'm not doing it. It was just too much, too hard. But I've tried again, and somebody recommended in a shop to me to go up a size, and I've got these nice little steel double-pointed needles. And there's me in the evening in front of the TV with 4 needles knitting. Anyway, don't hold your breath. We'll see. If I manage a sock, I might end up with one sock and I might get bored, but we'll try. We'll try. So paper crafting is my first love, but it's just nice to do something in front of the TV mindlessly. So you're the nicest, I think we're going to put inside again. You're the nicest. I just not very good at knitting, to be fair. There we are. And then I don't think I'm going to put the little bee in it. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to make it bee themed. I'm going to put some glue on it. Like that. It's always better than housework, isn't it? Here we go. So I have a new host code for January. So if you shop online with me during January, make sure you use the host code. So if you go to my blog at inkstampshare.ink, you'll find it there in the sidebar in big letters. If you're on my Facebook page here, it's a pinned post at the top, so you can see it there. Just copy and paste that, and if you do an order from me, pop it into that box where it prompts you at checkout, and then I can send you a thank you gift along with your thank you card at the end of the month. So that's my January hostess code that changes every month, so I've got a new one of those. Right, brushed brass butterflies. So if your order's over £150, don't put that host code in though, because you get your own hostess rewards. I'll still send you a thank you gift though. Here we go. So I thought we'd try these because there's no bee image. Aren't they beautiful? This one has flown down here. Gorgeous. These are brand new in the new mini catalogue, January to June. Let's pop that one there. I'm going to use the bigger ones, I think, so they show up on this busy paper. So pretty. There we are, and they're flat, so they don't add any bulk, which is perfect. So stay wonderful. So there's 2 more cards. I've got some more to make, but that's a start. Aren't they beautiful? So this was in Pale Papaya and this one is in Misty Moonlight, using the Heart and Home papers and the Honeybee stamp set. It's called Honeybee Home. The sentiments in it say, such happy news, so glad we're family, best of luck, miss you, stay wonderful, and you're the nicest. And the dies cut out all these bees and all these flowers, and they have some extra dies that cut out extra sort of foliage as well. So it's a really useful bundle. And there we go. I'll show it you in the catalogue if I can grab it. I'm losing everything. I've got a little couple of post-it notes in here. So here's the whole suite, so you can see some of the samples. It has doilies too. It has memories and more cards and memories and more envelopes. And it has 2. So here are the dots I've used. Here's the denim ribbon and the Hive embossing folder. It has memory and more cards and envelopes. You can make cards or use it for memory keeping. There's all the beautiful papers. There's the doilies, which I haven't used. I do have them here, but I have not used them. I think that'll be my next thing. They look good. They're in Cinnamon Cider, Basic Grey and Misty Moonlight. And these are the 2 stamp and die bundles. And the one I've been using today is the Honeybee Home. And then this one is called the Blessings of Home. And you can see the really pretty floral image in the Blessings of Home one. And there's loads of samples in here. And you can see them more up close on page 60 and 61 of the catalogue. That's a lovely tag, isn't it? I would never have thought of using an embossing folder to make a tag, but that's lovely. I like that. And also, look at this scrapbook page. Isn't that stunning? Definitely might case something like that. Anyway, thank you for joining me, everyone, today on this lovely Tuesday morning. Oh, we finished quite early, so I haven't kept you too long. I might put the butterflies on here yet. What do you think? Shall I put butterflies on there? Maybe 1 or 2. I think they would be okay. And just maybe 1 there. Or what do you think? Just 1 on there. Stay wonderful. Thank you for joining me on I've got a croaky throat. On this morning's Coffee and Cards Facebook Live. I'm so happy that you could join me. I hope you've liked the cards I've made and you might be inspired to have a go with this designer series paper. It's beautiful. I will put the measurements on my Facebook page and on my blog so you can see those, and it'll pop up on my YouTube channel later on today. So if you'd like to see it on there, you can watch it on replay. Thank you for joining me. And if you are watching me on replay, do let me know. Pop a note in the comments to say that you are watching from the future. I'd love to know. And if you're on YouTube and you're new to my channel, please give me a like and a thumbs up and click that subscription button. It really helps me a lot. And if you like any of the products I've used, you can find them in my online shop at katebolt.stampinup.net or over on my blog, inkstampshare.ink. Thank you ever so much, and I will see you on Thursday night over on YouTube at 7 p.m. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. See you later. Have a nice day.